It's Christmas morning, 2008. You wake up and instantly jump out of bed. You race down the stairs, you wake up your parents, you are so excited that you basically black out in a present opening frenzy. By the time you regain consciousness from your Christmas coma, you are surrounded by gifts that Santa brought you. But there it is, the one thing you asked for 1,000 times. The Nintendo DS and all the best games. Mario Kart, Pokemon, Nintendogs, and Lego Batman. You didn't ask for that last one, but oh well, a game's a game. Or at least, that was my experience. Little did I know that that last game was going to change my life. It was the game we deserve, not the one we asked for. It is a crime, really. A crime! This game does not get enough credit, like, ever. For the amount of video essays on this website, not enough are remembering how great this game actually was. Honestly, the game itself is not much different than the other good LEGO games. It has the goofy cutscenes, the amazing voice acting, the same graphics and concepts, but I just love it. It is still an arcade-style beat-em-up with small puzzles and co-op challenges on pretty closed levels with minor platforming. I mean, it sounds simple, but it follows that formula flawlessly. It is just a silly, fun story that doesn't have any real complexities. You're just chasing down the Riddler and his group of evildoers. They do give some good context for the villains on the loading screens, but the rest is just assumes that you get it. You're Batman. If you want a plot, go watch a movie. Still, the plot is all it needs to be for this game. Not every game needs 8 different endings and secret cutscenes that require over 50 hours to beat at the base level. Those games can be great, but this game just brings back the vibes of all the good games from when we were younger. The boss fights are fun variations of what could be a monotonous beat-em-up style boss. It actually does a lot of stuff like this well. They could have sold the same amount of copies with boring, identical fights and level designs, but they didn't take the low-hanging, easy fruit. And the replayability for a game targeted at elementary schoolers is amazing. Its graphics are alright, because yeah, they're not great by modern standards of ray tracing, motion capture, uncanny realism, but you can still feel the love put into this game's cartoony art style. The soundtrack is incredible. I learned that it's actually the soundtrack from the 1989 Batman movie from Danny Elfman. That's right, the same Danny Elfman who worked on Mr. Peabody and Sherman. So we're in the presence of greatness. It just feels like, though this was maybe just another LEGO game of many for Traveler's Tales, it still had love and care put into it down to the last detail that I can still enjoy this 15 years later. Still, I never hear anyone reminisce over this game. Usually, it's the bigger names that receive a lot of love, and this one is left behind. But this game is proof of the age-old truth of quality over quantity in gaming, something I feel that a lot of studios have forgotten. Man, I gotta stop gushing over this game. Nostalgia is just too addicting. I mean, it is nice, but it can just make things feel irreversibly worse. Growing up in the 2000s and early 2010s was a great time to be a kid, for sure. But I think Gen Z, including myself, might be getting a little nostalgic too early. Most of us are in college and talking about the good old days before we've even experienced the large majority of our lives. Those old Christmases were probably great, and I'm not saying we're wrong to miss the past, but don't let it make you miss out on your future. There's that cliche that the grass is always greener on the other side. Sometimes, especially recently, that has felt all too real to me. Good family memories, formative experiences, the feeling of childlike wonder, and all that good stuff are fine to cherish, but don't forget the good that we can have now, too. So, this holiday season, when all those family members invade your personal space, and the holidays can feel like a chore if you let them, just take a breath and live in the moment. And remember, the grass is actually greener where you water it. Happy holidays.